The people of Malta have also been mourning the death of the Duke of Edinburgh. It was the Duke's home for 2 years when he and his then princess wife were posted there. He was a young naval officer. That was back in 1949. It marked the start of a special bond with the country. 70 years on, Prince Philip remains deep in the affections of many Maltese, as our Europe correspondent Nick Beake has been finding out.
The young royals fell in love with the majesty of Malta 70 years ago, and the feeling was mutual. Today, this once British island is remembering the prince.
The father of a future monarch sets out to take over his new command.
Posted here in 1949, this was to be Prince Philip's last active military service, before his duty became service to his wife.
Together again in Malta.
Their home for 2 years was the splendid Villa Guardamangia, some of the happiest moments of their lives, the Queen later recalled. After 40 years of neglect, the Maltese government has bought and is now restoring the property, a tribute to the British Crown, but also to the Prince and his personality.
The Maltese are a very warm people. They're not formal, they're very informal. And obviously the monarchy has to be formal, so sometimes when the Duke would make a lapsus in his comments and perhaps go a bit too far and receive certain criticism, the Maltese would like this, because they say, see, even the Duke is human.
And we have a photograph over here, and you can see the Duke of Edinburgh, and you can see the Queen as Princess Elizabeth. My father and mother are there.
The newlyweds from Britain were embraced by the Maltese nobility, including Nicholas de Piro's father, a baron, whose job and title amused the Duke of Edinburgh.
And then he said, by the way, what do you actually do when you're not being a baron? And I said, what did you say, Dad? And he said, well, he said, I didn't know what to say. I said, perhaps a little bit like what you do when you're not being a duke.
The guests of honour, the Princess and the Duke.
The dazzling ballrooms of 1950s Malta were a world away from austere post-war Britain. This was a couple yet to bear the full weight and responsibilities of the crown. It wasn't just on the dance floor of this grand hotel that Prince Philip made his mark. He took centre stage when the country gained independence from the UK in 1964, and his regular visits over the decades, both with and without the Queen, have secured his place in modern Maltese history.
In the distance they can see HMS Chequers.
This was his last trip 6 years ago. An island of fond memories, now bidding a friend a final farewell. Nick Beake, BBC News, Malta.
Prince Philip was born